Good morning, welcome to Matt and Bar Outdoors. So I'm just out for a little stomp in the woods today, and I've been thinking I'd probably carry way too much kit when I'm just out and about wandering in the woods. Cookers and stoves, you know, all that sort of stuff. I'm only out for a few hours. I don't really need to take it all with me. So with that in mind, I've invested in a couple of things. We've got a Thermos branded food flask, which is around about 20 quid on Amazon. So you get a screw top lid, you get a fold out spoon that clips into the lid nicely, and then you've got this pot which has got quite a wide neck on it. It's designed to fit spoons into. As you can see, there's a bit of steam coming off there. That's some macaroni cheese. A tip if you are going to get one is to make sure you put boiling water in the pot, put the lid on, leave it for at least sort of 10-15 minutes. That's just to make sure that the pot actually gets up to temperature. If you just put hot food in there straight away, you're going to lose a lot of heat straight off the bat, and your food's probably going to be cold in next to no time. So that will save me a cooker, fuel, pots and pans. It's all in the pot, ready to eat. You've probably seen this before, but I'll bring it up again. This is a Mountain Warehouse Thermos flask. Holds a large sized cup of tea, or in my case this morning, coffee. Again, not much to say really, just a screw top thing there. You can drink it straight out of the pot as well, that's a good thing. You don't need to bring a cup, you can literally drink it straight out of there, and it's about a large cup size worth as well, so you get a good amount of coffee. In the top you get this screw top lid there. You can put your sweeteners and sugar, little sachets, whatnot in there if you want to. So this morning, these two little things have saved me bringing a cooker, pots, pans, fuel. I haven't got to cook it. All I've got to do is whip the lid off and stick a spoon in it. Absolutely fantastic if you're just out for the day. You know, if you're not thinking of spending overnight or anything like that. Literally just on the trail, nice and easy. Once you're done, just screw the lid on. You can put it through the dishwasher when you get home. These are you can put these through the dishwasher. By the way, there's no glass in these. It's just metal on metal. So yeah, no mess, no cleaning on the trail, just come home, whack it in the dishwasher, job done. So the main body of the video, what I'm actually here to talk to you today about is, can you get a cheaper bushcraft knife than the Mora Companion? As you know, I'm a big advocate of carrying the Mora Companion. It's been my go-to knife for a matter of a number of years. It's been strong, dependable, easy to sharpen. I've never had it fail on me. So yeah, it's a brilliant little bit of kit. But I was hunting around on Amazon. I'm sure you're all aware of a brand called Hultafors. In the past I've had one of the HVK knives, which is a heavy duty, it's a carbon steel blade. It's a little bit thicker than what I'd normally carry. But I did spot on my travels this. This is a Hultafors Craftsman's knife in stainless. The model is RFR. They do the same model, same Craftsman's knife, they do it in carbon steel. It's about £1 cheaper. Bearing in mind I'm paying around £12 for a Mora, that's about the cheapest I can find it online. This RFR cost me £7.19p. £7.19. The construction of the blade then. So the blade is a shade over 3.5 inches long. It's Scandi ground, so it's easy to sharpen on a stone. The handle, it's not the same grippy rubber that you get with the Moras. Having said that, it's actually very comfortable to hold. You've also got this little finger notch on the end there, which you don't get with the Moras. It's personal preference. I actually don't mind it being there actually, because it saves you, you know you're never going to slip onto the blade. So the blade is 2.5mm thick. I say just over 3.5 inches long. You can actually strike a ferro rod with this, which I was quite surprised about. What we'll do then is we'll head just into the tree line, and I'll find some sticks and whatnot, and I'll give you a demo. I haven't sharpened this. This is factory fresh, this edge, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. Let's go and have a look. Okay, so first tested a knife, then battening. A lot of people say battening is bad for your knife and so on and so forth. For the £7 I paid for this knife, I'm willing to take that risk. I certainly wouldn't do it with some of the more expensive ones, purely out of respect for the blade more than anything. So this is just some sort of 2-inch thick So it's dead wood. It's still quite tough. So what I'm going to try and do then is split it straight down the middle with a baton. As I said earlier, this is the factory edge on the blade. So just move that over there. Grab yourself a bit of wood. Hopefully this won't break. And just start making your way through the wood. This is a surprisingly tough bit of wood. It is starting to split though. The other end. There you go. That was actually a surprisingly tough bit of wood. You can see there's some curvature to it. I've had to go around some knots as well. So if I can split this down again using the stick. Takes a little bit to get it going. That's the wood, not the knife. As you can see, it's coming off in chunks now. This is the factory edge, and this wood's a bit thicker than what I'd normally cut through. So what should we do? That's a big knot there. I'll give that a miss. Let me see if I can just split this down the middle, and we'll move on to something else. It's probably taking me a little bit longer because I'm hitting it on the ground as well. It's didn't get into the mud a bit. Again, you can be quite heavy with it. So yeah, it passes the baton test for me. I say this is easily on par with the Mora stuff, and this is the factory edge then. So feather sticking is something that I'm absolutely terrible at. I don't think this wood's going to curl particularly well because it's all dead. Let me see. Bear with me a second. Just go and grab a quick stick. Okay. This is going to be a little bit more fit for purpose. When it's nice and round and frosted. Right, here we go. I'm back. So let us stick in and let's give that a bash. Can you see me all right? Let's move it up a little bit. There we go. This is green, this wood, so you're not going to get the same curls. This would be no good for starting a fire, but it just gives you an indication of the sharpness of the blade. I'm getting some quite fine slithers being cut off. I think with the right wood this would curl quite nicely. This is taking minimal hand pressure. I'm literally just resting the edge against the wood. I'll tell you what, just for a laugh, let's see if we can do it that big bit. I don't think it'll work somehow, but let's give it a try. Oh yeah. As I said, I'm not good at feather sticks, they're not my forte. I think if I had thin a bit of wood, you could work your way around the edge and get yourself some nice tight curls. As you can see, it's probably about the same thickness as a sheet of paper. Some really easy to light bits of material. So if I'd got the little fire still there, I bet this would take a tiny little bit of heat from my lighter. So I've got the fire still, but it is quite damp out, and we'd be there messing around with it for a while. But just out of interest, let's see if a tiny little bit of heat is enough to get this this twig actually going. So just give it a quick tickle with the flame. Unlock it. This is the ZL1 Zenga lighter. You've seen it before. See that? The shavings are so thin it just goes up. And that was just a quick blast of heat from the lighter as well. So if you've got your fire still skills down, you've got yourself a good bundle of tinder, then this is going to be quite easy to get going. So yeah, it works. Let's get rid of that. Whilst we're on the topic of fire steels, I said earlier it will throw a spark. Where did I put it? It's on the ground. So let's give it a quick try. Look at that, first strike. Yeah. And people say you can only get sparks from carbon steel knives. Not the case. So yeah, the spine is square edged, it will strike sparks, so you can use it with a fire steel. I'm not going to do a tip test with it. It's 2.5mm thick steel, and I don't really need to tip test anything. I'm confident that you could just jam it into a bit of wood, and I mean, you can make small divots with it if you need to drill small holes. Bear in mind, this is the factory edge. I've not touched this up on a belt or a stone or anything. I'm very impressed, and for me, this is it's on par with the Mora. I find the handle a little bit more comfortable on the Mora, but having said that, this grip on the front is excellent. So for what I paid, £7.19 for this tool, and it is a tool, a knife is a tool, I highly recommend it. If you wanna break from the Moras, you wanna try something different. So this is a Hultafors RFR stainless steel craftsman's knife. Amazon, £7.19. I cannot recommend this blade enough. So I've been Keith from Mountain Bar Outdoors. I hope you've enjoyed our little review today. I'm gonna go and sit down, drink coffee, and eat my mac and cheese. And it's been lovely to see you. Take care.